Okay, we are live.
What's
Now we
good?
are. Everything looks good. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go to what you got to eat, though.
I did tacos, Mexican.
I didn't do tacos exactly, but I did. Hold on a second. Okay, that was messed up. Okay. I didn't do tacos exactly, but I did. What are these called? Quesadillas.
Quesadillas. Oh, okay. So I did. I guess we should show, right? So I did
Yeah. Go ahead.
flatas.
Ooh.
Flatas. These are like they're almost just like uh the fried. I don't know, almost like tacos, but they're just stuffed and fried.
Mhm.
And then I got one taco.
Oh, okay. And no sides.
I got some beans and rice, but I don't know. It's like usually this is a lot, so I usually don't even really get to the sides as much because it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll make it work.
Okay, let me go ahead and show what I got. Hold on one second.
You cooked or you ordered something?
I I would order some. I mean, I would cook something, but this time I didn't. So
Mm,
let me. I'm sorry. Like you told me, I will give you your pointers that you were right. You told me, Joy, you
oh my
shouldn't be
goodness!
trying
Wait,
to do.
what?
You were right. You told me,
What?
Joy, you shouldn't be trying to do anything else but Taco Tuesdays on the days that we do Taco Tuesday. But of course,
Right.
I was doing other things. So, but it don't matter either way. I'm here now. That's all that matters. I got quesadillas, so I'm gonna try to show my plate.
Okay.
So, can you see?
Okay. Okay. Quesadillas.
Yeah, I got quesadillas and rice and beans, rice and beans and
Okay.
quesadillas. So that's what we're gonna be eating today. So I'm gonna put us side by side so we can see a little bit better. Does that look
All right.
better?
Yeah, I'm good with it. Whatever. Far
Whatever,
off,
either
side by
way.
side. Either way is for me. So what's going on, man? You
And
all
so
right
you know the
now?
rest, huh?
I said you all right now.
No, man, I'm frustrated. I'm still, I'm
Why
still
are you?
irritated.
You still irritated? I feel
I
like
don't
you was
know, Jay,
irritated.
aggravating me, man. You got
You were
that
irritated
aggravation
before I ever even talked
spirit.
to you. That what?
You got that aggravation spirit.
The aggravation spirit. You are the aggravation spirit.
No, I'm not.
You really are. I feel like you were aggravated before you even talked.
I was.
Okay. Thank you.
Because today was just one of those days, like, for example, so I'm just going through a lot at work. So basically, we are like in a red time and people are buying houses like crazy. I guess because the rates are so low. I can't believe people are buying houses like they are during Corona, but the rich will always
Because of the
find a way to
rate.
make
It's
money.
because of the rate. The rates
But
are so low. Like I was
I'm
looking,
so
and the rate like a non-variable rate was like 2.5%, something like that, 4%. And I couldn't believe them.
on the phone, and then they also trained a bunch of new people who don't know what they're doing. So it was a lot. Like I was, my manager called me and she was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You don't seem too enthusiastic." I said, "I'm not." That was Thursday before the holiday weekend. And usually I work the holiday. I didn't even work the holiday this time. But I just was
Wow.
frustrated. Yeah, and then we had a meeting and we just rolling out, like I said, we're rolling out a whole bunch of new stuff. And you know me, I have a hard time dealing with change or dealing with differences. So work has just
Yeah.
been
Told you
work
about
has
that.
been really, really rough.
Definitely
But
now because a lot of stuff changing. A lot of stuff gonna change. So
yeah, it's just a lot of changes. But you gotta learn how to go with the
deal with it.
flow, and you just have to learn how to,
Make it.
I have to learn, not you, because you are very flexible. I have to learn how to be flexible. So for the people who may have just joined us, if anyone is on, if you could please make sure that you are active in the comments, that you let me know that you are here. If you want to come on and have anything to say with our conversation, let me know. Our Tuesday talks are basically where my brother and I, we have open dialogue, we have debate, we have conversations, whatever you want to call it, about different issues. Today is going to be a really, really, really interesting show. I'm gonna try to keep the show to about an hour or 45 minutes, but I really don't know. So Chad, I'm just Biggs.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna hit you from the jump with what I got to say. So let
Okay.
me just go ahead and so for those of you from my loves that were already a part of my life that saw this, um, what is that feedback?
Sorry.
What's wrong?
I just got hit with some habanero sauce.
Oh wow, there's a feedback going on. Okay, so we're
You know
good.
I don't like. You know I don't like trying. I'm not usually with trying nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
But me trying to be, dealing with change and do something new, do something different. I
Uh-huh.
went and got some damn. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try the habanero sauce,
Uh-huh.
and
Is it
I'm like, oh,
green?
why is it green? Why is it green? Habanero. Well, some habaneros are green when they're
I
young,
thought our
and they're
habaneros was yellow, wasn't it?
well, they can be yellow, red, or green. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Like
It was hot.
it just caught me. It caught me off guard. Like a good,
I'm just
a
using the
good.
regular taco sauce from Taco Bell. Can you see it?
Yeah, I
And
got
I
some
like
of
I
that, but
said,
it never really tastes like Taco Bell.
this tastes
But yeah,
good to me. And then I got my quesadilla and my
a good
red
five
beans and
percent of my
rice.
5% of my taste buds are gone, but it's okay.
Oh Lord. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up here while we do a little bit of munching. And I want everybody to definitely chime in. I hope T comes on. I didn't even message her and let her know that we were
Oh, you should have
meeting again.
messaged her. Yeah, I
But
apologize. Also, guys, like, just know that you know neither one of Joy nor I are really. Well, Joy is more of a YouTuber than I am. But we're both like really starting this, and so like, we both. Well, she has a separate job and life and everything else. So, um, even though these are our, Taco Tuesdays, they are allowed to happen any time of the week,
yeah,
and we are working on making them be more often,
yes,
as a lot of people are asking for. When are we going to do our next video and stuff like that? So I apologize. A lot of it is me, and finding the time and do things to get together, and
yeah.
so we are going to be more consistent. So
We're working on it. So I'm hoping that everybody comes in. I'm hoping that everybody will be down in the chat and let me know their thoughts because I really want to hear from you guys. So come on in, let's talk. But let's go ahead and have a conversation.
mm,
I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the screen and you let me know what you think.
oh Lord, you found something new. You're going to put it on the screen. Why you did that? We already talked about this.
Well, we're gonna talk about it again.
Oh Lord, you just can't let shit go. I
No,
don't know
I'm
why you
not
can't
gonna
just
let
let
it
shit
go.
go.
Mm-mm.
I thought I was supposed to have say so in what we talk about.
Well, you do. Let's talk about this.
Wow. All right, well, you start because that's your thing. You got something to get off your chest.
Somebody that I follow closely, that I really, really admire a lot. um made this post on their Instagram, and it infuriated me.
They infuriated you, or the fact that you followed them and you actually gave them clout infuriated you?
No, this post infuriated me. It says basically it says badly built as the location. You can't blame everything on the police, and then it has a plus size person with "I can't breathe" on their shirt, and that doesn't bother you.
That doesn't no, wait, 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 that doesn't bother me.
I'm asking you.
Um, well, how's it supposed to bother me? I mean, there's so many things about that is offensive and that could go
Well,
left. I
well, I
think the
want to know
main
what
thing that bothers me is why are you making light of something that is so substantial and so serious right now as the Black Lives Matter movement and the things that Black people are going through, and a lot of people are going through right now, even more so than just Black. But you're making light of it, and then you're, subjectifying this person that you don't even know to something so silly, like just to make light. I mean, now granted, you know me, you know that I'm a very light person. I'm a very cynical person. So I usually can find the fun. I find funny in a lot of inappropriate stuff. I'm the person that will go to somebody's funeral and be like, "That shit funny," when you're not supposed to laugh. And I get it. And I also believe that we need humor now. There's a lot of it's very we have a lot of pressure. Like it's very oppressing and depressing in these times. Like we dealing with COVID, we dealing with the Black Lives Movement. We're dealing with a seriously overt racism that we've never really experienced, or we're not never, but that we haven't experienced in definitely in our lifetime. So we're dealing with a lot of stuff that a lot of things are changing. So we need some humor, but not like this.
first and foremost, I don't think it's funny because my thing is the person that posted this was a part of the LGBT community, and they were an African American person, and they were a male. So for me, I have a problem with it tenfold. As an African American cisgender woman who just so happens to be overweight, I feel like we are constantly required to be a part of these different causes. Black Lives Matter wants my vote. They want my support. They want me to be involved. But when it comes to protecting me, I don't believe that sometimes my people don't protect me. To me, as an African American woman, as a fat woman, why is it okay to make fun of me because I'm fat? To me, that should not be okay. Somebody should step in and say, "Hey man, that's not funny."
Well, that's something
Who's
totally
not
different, though.
fat? Or somebody should have said, "This is disgusting. I can't believe someone posted this."
But they're not, and that's a totally different matter, though. Now let's be real. The
What do
joke
you
in
mean it's a
itself,
totally different matter? What is a totally different matter?
well, two things. The joke in itself is funny. It's not
No,
funny,
it's
but
not.
I get it.
Are you
I get the joke.
serious? No,
Listen,
that
I'm
is
just
not.
being honest
No, what
with
do you
you.
mean you get it? Are
I
you
get the
serious?
joke. I'm being real. I get the joke,
That has
but it's
nothing
not
to be
funny.
real. There's not a joke. There's nothing funny about not being able to breathe. And even if you are a heavy set person, you could be a small person and have asthma.
Very true. But I already
My
said I
point that
start.
I'm making is that as
Oh
fat
Lord, you're clapping
people,
your
we
hands.
the fat people are the last allowed discriminated class.
But
Every
we
other
talked about that.
class
I
in the
told you.
world is protected, but fat
Okay,
people.
well, first of all, that's just it. Being fat, being overweight, being obese has not been classified as a protected group. We have no classification. And now some people have classified. Yeah, I think I just spit. Now some people in the medical community have classified obesity as a disease and or as a sickness, in that it's something that either rather hereditary or issues with your physically within your body or mentally, it is classified as a disease, and it's and you know sometimes it's covered by it. Even I've known in insurance to be covered by insurance. So so when they, especially like when they covered like all of the different gastric bypass and those things like that. But so far as morally, ethically, and as a whole in society, I think I told you in one of our conversations before that we as heavy set people or large people, fat people, however you want to categorize it, we are the last group of people that can take the brunt that other people can dish on and talk shit about and put down without society or other groups as a whole coming for them. Before it was um mentally challenged or now you can't even say retarded. Like they've killed the word. Now then it was you couldn't say, when people used to say, oh, that's gay, or oh, you gay. Now you can't even say the word gay. Now it's like all of these acronyms and all these things, and people are even afraid to say that some heterosexual men are even afraid to say that they're not gay anymore because they're so hesitant, waiting for like the gay community to come after them. um the Me Too movement. How look how sexist, like back in the 80s and even 90s, how the music was so rap music and different genres of music were so sexist and so laden with sexual undertones and talking bad about women and things like that. Now all of that is changing because of the Me Too movement. Now, now black people are fighting for about the black movement, but who's fighting for fat people? Don't nobody care about fat people right now. If anything, people
But the problem I
look
have
at
is the
fat
fact that
people.
you said that you feel like this is funny. So you think that this is funny.
No, no, no. Huh?
You think that's funny.
Listen, you got to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying is I understand the joke. I get the joke. I see the joke. Do I think it's appropriate? No. Would I have? Is it something that I would have said? No, because I have more tact and class than that. Not much, but I do have a little more. But and I don't and I think, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not that I wouldn't have said it because of fat people. I wouldn't have said it because of black people, because of the
But
movement,
that's the
because of
point
what's
that I'm
going
trying to
on.
make. Which one is it holds the hierarchy. So you can't say nothing about that's the whole point that I'm trying to make. So you can't say anything
Um,
about black people, but you can say something to make that's my whole point. We talking about Black Lives Matter, but the point that I was making to you was do all Black Lives matter? Because it seems to me like the only Black lives that some Black people care about are those that they deem valuable. If they don't deem your life valuable, then your life doesn't matter. And
well,
that's problematic.
it's very problematic, but that's why you get people like when sometimes white people or other people, anyone that's against. I don't even know how to say that because I don't want to just make it a white and black thing because there's so many different people. There's so many white people. There's so many people that are for the Black Lives Matter movement, and they're white, they're Hispanic, they're French, they're German, they're you know Middle Eastern. So I didn't want to make it a black and white thing, but the people who are against it, those are one of the things that you hear them say. You'll hear them say all lives matter, or you'll hear them say, well, "What about black on black crime?" And that's what it reaches to is like black on black crime because in our community we do a lot of things to each other that we shouldn't do. But I don't think that's just in the black community. You know, white people ain't out there just killing everybody but white people. So I don't
I
think you
can't
can
speak
really.
for what
I mean, you
other.
could
I
look
can't
at it
speak
like
for
that.
what.
I don't look at it like that. You can
You
look
don't
at
look
it
at
like
it
that.
like
I just
what?
don't look at it like that.
You don't look at it like what, bro?
I don't look at it as like, okay, well, now we've segmented the black community as, okay, well, we got blacks that are for blacks and then some that are not, and then some. I just don't look at it like that. I really just see it as this is a guy in the this is a gay guy or a guy that's in the
LG,
LGBT
LGBT.
LGBT community that shame on him being in a subjectified class of people that have been fighting
That's my
so
point.
long. So to be fighting so long, to be
That's
recognized
my
and to be
point.
accepted and to be able to come to the table as equals, how dare you objectify a Black Lives
Another
Movement
marginalized group.
and another marginalized person, which who happens to be fat, with jokes? Because believe you me, if it was like
A
some
gay joke.
very flamboyant gay person standing there, and he made light of them about, oh, this is not what we was talking about, or something like that. Oh, they would be ready to go to arms, like they would be ready to cancel you. And if they did, and if you weren't with them on canceling you, then you go get it too. So that's how I see it. I don't see it as like, oh, well, you black, so you should be doing. Listen, if we did that, we wouldn't get nowhere. If you think about it like that, because not every black person is going to be operating in what's right. I just see it as like you said, you're already a marginalized part of a marginalized group. Why would you therefore go and tear down someone else? But it's because they don't see they, and that's another thing where you judge me, is that I'm a realist in a lot of ways. I just see it's just reality. That's just it. I just see it things for what they are. Human beings and people are effed up. Humans are one of the only species on the earth that actually destroy their own environment and destroy their own for no reason.
I
You
still
can have
believe
a
in
group of, you can have
accountability.
a group of
That
animals.
may be the case. That may be the case, but I still believe in accountability, and I still believe that someone will hold me accountable if I were to make fun of someone who is in the LGBT, and I would never do it. Now I'll tell you the truth. I've had several gay friends fight for me harder than anybody I've ever known in my life. I mean, literally, I've had a gay guy friend who got into a physical altercation on my behalf, and I'll never forget that. So I'm not saying all people in any type of group do anything in particular. I'm just saying I think that we have to hold each other accountable because that's the reason why I'm talking about it. And I know that some people are jumping off because they don't want to hear me talk about it, but
Um, I
this
just think
is not okay. And
there's
I
really
don't like
nothing to
it.
hold anyone. There's really nothing to hold anyone accountable to right now because there's no one that's really speaking out about how we treat overweight people. Because right now, overweight people are treated like they have a communicable disease. Like literally, I've dealt with it in dating, to where you know I've had past girlfriends that with their parents, just because they were skinny or they were not even skinny, but they weren't obese per se. They saw me being a big dude. I'm like, we don't want our daughter with no fat man. Okay. And so they discriminate against me because I was big for no other reason, not on my character, not on, how much money I made or what I was driving, all the other, range of things that you can discriminate against someone on, but just because I was big. And it's just one of those things that people they still are able to make fun of other people. They're other, it's the, I used to call it the human situation, or I forget exactly what I used to call it, but it's where humans typically put other people down as a means to make themselves feel good.
I believe
And
that.
that's what we do. And the thing is that people don't realize, but that's what it all that's what it all boils down to. Hurt people hurt others.
I
Rather
believe
than
that.
rather than try to lift yourself up by lifting someone else up or lifting up other people like you, it's easier for people to tear someone else down because they feel like, oh, if I tear you down enough, then I'm elevating myself. And unfortunately, that's part of human nature, and that's a big part of why we have um, so many problems that we do. At least that's how I feel. But I ain't nobody, so you know. Where'd you go?
You definitely. I was just letting I was letting you make sure you talked about what you need to talk about.
But I didn't want to talk about this shit altogether. This is what you want to talk about. What are you talking about?
Because it's important, man. I don't care. I just feel like it's important, and I feel like it's absolutely something necessary that we definitely should be having a conversation about. And I know no one cares. And you know what? It's even other overweight people or other fat people that don't typically care about it. I didn't see any other heavy set people in the comments letting that person know that they was wrong. I was one of the only
Well,
heavy set people to speak up about it. Because I'm thinking they're
uh,
probably like, well, if they making fun of somebody else, at least they ain't making fun of me. But see, I don't care. You can make what
that's
else can you
honestly
say about me?
that's kind of how it is. Like most heavyset people, they don't want to bring attention to themselves because they're already so used to being shamed and battered and talked about, ridiculed, put down. The other day, I was watching on, what's going on? You got a shirt on? I feel like you're out of uniform. You look nice though. I like your headpiece.
You know what? You can kiss my ass. That's just like you telling me that I got a pretty face for a fat person. I don't want to hear what the hell you say. You just gave me a.
I
You
don't.
was just rude, and then you want to try to give me a compliment.
Wasn't enough.
Can you say what you was talking about, please, before you forget it?
Too late. I already forgot.
I knew you was gonna do that. My God, man.
One nothing. No, I just don't. I just no. I really did forget. I forgot my train of thought. But I got ADD, man. I have to move on to something else.
I just felt
What
like
was I
that
saying?
really, really bothered me. I guess I was hoping that people would come on and want to talk about it.
Mm. Not unless they
Oh, my
fat, but then
sister-in-law is on here. Hold on a minute. Let me
who
see
was
what
that?
she's talking about. Huh?
Who?
My sister-in-law.
Who was that?
Who is your wife? So ignorant.
She on what? Oh, she chimed in.
Yep. Let me see what she said.
Wow.
Very poor taste.
Leave it to her to say it properly and make me look like an ass. That. So I'm not. I didn't have it in such words to say it in, but that's kind of what I meant.
Let me replay what she said because she said it eloquently. But she understand my outrage. I'm absolutely outraged. I'm very upset. And I was hurt. Like I know you laughed and you made fun of me, but I was hurt because this was someone that I really looked up to. Like they are an entrepreneur. They are very pro black. They have written several books, which is something that I want to do. And I'm not saying so don't go putting me down before you start putting me down because I can tell you about to
What am I
do it
putting you down?
because I'm just saying don't do that. But I admired this person because I felt like, wow, this is a black man. They doing their thing. They independent. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be a published author. They're an author. I admired them. And
And what
so
I tell
it
you
just
about
kind of,
admiring.
I didn't put them on a pedestal, but I did admire them. And it just made me feel some type of way to see that they was like, that they will put some shit like that up there and then laugh and then have 500 people commenting on it. And, the only people who were saying that it was distasteful were slim people. Other fat people, like you said, and that's why I'm not really upset with them, were basically saying things like, were basically saying things like, you know, this isn't okay. Like slim people, they were sticking up for us, but other fat people, they weren't saying anything.
Um,
Because, like you said, they was like, well, damn, they ain't talking about me. I ain't saying nothing. But I agree with my sister-in-law 100%. It was tacky. It was distasteful. And the second part of what she said was, we are fighting for black whites. And this woman was out protesting and didn't deserve that. That's my whole thing. She was doing something right. You out here saying that we need to be standing up for what we believe in. We need to stand up for each other. And you got somebody that's standing up for you, and you gonna. So no, if my fat ass is too fat to be out there risking jail, risking my life to protest for you, then if I'm not good enough, then what the hell? What are we doing? We fighting for
well,
our rights. But that just really just.
well.
Thank you for
I mean,
watching.
I agree.
I ain't know our sister-in-law. My sister-in-law watched this show. Thank you for watching, sister-in-law. Appreciate you.
I guess she don't really have a choice, but
Wow.
yeah. Thank you. I didn't know she did either.
Yeah, I mean that's very supportive, and she gave some really good points. And I appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna move on off of that because that runs my blood pressure up.
Yes,
So
please.
one of my friends on Facebook, so you guys go check her out because she actually sells paparazzi jewelry. Her name is Rizelle Gunter, I believe is how you pronounce the name. Let me look. Yeah, Rizelle Gunter on Facebook. And a while back, she had posted something. Give me 1 second here. Hold on 1 second before we move on. Sister-in-law has something else to say. It's very disgusting. I don't like that. And I often wonder how many, because back in the day when I was dealing, before mom passed away, I was dealing with a lot of depression and I still deal with a lot of depression. And sometimes I would be at work and just to get away, like I was exhausted and I would go find a spot to like sit under a tree or just sit in the car by myself and eat. I didn't want to eat around other people. So I would always eat in my car. And I'm pretty sure there were several people that thought it would be funny to take pictures of me while I was eating in my car, minding my own business. So people take pictures of you like as if, that's all you do is eat. Because, that's all they think we do. Hold on
Yeah.
1 second.
What is happening?
Sorry.
Why is your face scrunched up like that? Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, boy. Boy, you can't get boy, I tell you, niggas can't do shit, boy.
I have to be careful with playing poker. But anyway, I used to be, I'm pretty sure that somewhere on the internet there's pictures of me. I'm pretty sure someone was probably making a meme or was making fun of me eating in my car. But I agree with her absolutely. That's not okay. You shouldn't be taking pictures of people making fun of people. To me, that's
Yeah,
just
it's
not
really
okay.
not. It's not okay. I've got the same thing, but it was friends who did it to me, and I was asleep at work. So
Hey T, I was just talking about you. My friend T is on. I know you multitasking, so you might be busy
what's
tonight,
going
but
on, P?
I'm so happy. We talked about you earlier. T, before you leave, real quick. And T, she's not a heavy set person. She's slim. So, let me see. Hold on a minute.
She said she was just coming through. Why you? I
I
knew that's what
know,
you
but
were going
I
to do.
just
You just
want
had to
her
show her.
opinion.
You just
I
had to show
know,
her. She said
but
she was coming through, multitasking. She busy.
I know she telling me she busy in so many ways, but T, I just wanted you to see what we was talking about. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but this is what we was talking about. I was talking about this on my live the other night. How I just felt like this was so disgusting. Like this really bothered me. Like this.
Obviously,
I mean, I know, but it bothered me. I'm like really frustrated about it.
I
It
see.
really bothers me
Okay,
because
all
I'm
right. So
just
my
like,
question
man,
to you. Let me ask you this, and then let's leave it alone. Let's move on. Okay.
all right, this is what we talking
What
about,
did you
T.
What did you say to the guy?
You don't want to know.
Did you message him, or did you
Yes.
reply in the message in the
I don't know if I
the
could
stream?
find it now. He probably blocked me, but I absolutely did.
Okay, I should have known you did. Well, that's all that matters.
Of course I replied,
But
and other people
I just know
replied.
that it's something, and oh, I know what I was gonna say. The other day I was watching YouTube, and there's this guy. Um, what's up, T? And there's this guy on there. His name is Fat Boy SSE, which I hate because he had my name. I had the name first, but anyway. I know.
Oh, I lost you for a second. Go ahead, Fred.
And so this guy, he's when he first started out, he was very heavy set. He was a big dude, and he was doing pranks and all this stuff. But he
Uh-huh.
amassed, even while he was fat, he amassed like over 5 million subscribers and followers, and he really turned it into. He really monetized it and turned it to a business and a brand. He's turned himself into a brand. So now and then, I guess he had some complications and he had some issues with health. And a lot of people made fun of him and talked shit about him. And so he wind up going and getting people to help getting a trainer and getting to weight. And now, granted, he no longer works. He wasn't hustling. All he does is YouTube. He's a YouTuber now. And then all he just started getting fit, going to the gym, doing stuff like that. So long story short, he got fit, and then he was just walking through an airport or something, and saw another guy. The guy wasn't even that large. He wasn't even that. He wasn't. I wouldn't even say he was obese. He was heavy set, and he was overweight. But he was there just eating like Chick-fil-A, and he actually took it upon himself to stop him and said, "Hey," uh, and like really kind of like used it as an opportunity to big up himself to make it seem like he was helping this guy, but she wasn't. The guy didn't know him, didn't say anything to him. The guy literally just sat there and was ridiculed because he basically just sat there and told the guy, You know, you could make better choices, and you really need to do something about your weight. And I'm just here to encourage you because I used to be big too. And you know, like you need to
Hmm.
make better choices.
I've had
And
that too.
basically,
I've had that
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
I had that
So when
happen.
somebody
Yeah, I had a
and these
lady.
people,
I had a lady do me like that. At the gym, I was on the because you know I go to the gym, and I love going to the gym, and I love walking.
Mhm.
The only reason I haven't been there now is because of the corona. But I love going to the gym, listening to music, and
we used to go to the gym
I
together.
like
Matter of
that. I
fact,
love
I know what
swimming.
got you into going to the gym. So, say it ain't true.
I don't know why you always say that, but anyways,
It's
so I was working out on the what's the elliptical. I was on the elliptical, and this lady walks up beside me, and I'm just like, and it's just like, hey y'all. So have y'all ever had an experience where y'all be in a parking lot and the freaking I'm trying not to cuss, the whole freaking parking lot is empty, and you park, and then when you come out, it's three people, one on each side of you.
yes.
The parking lot is empty. Why did you park next to me? I hate that. And I feel the same way when I go to the gym. It's like there is 200 machines in here. Man, why did you come stand by me? Why? I don't want to have a conversation. And you know how you like, you say, hey, okay, hey, because I'm the token fat girl. That's why on my YouTube I always say, hey, y'all, it's your resident fat girl. Because number one, I'm the one who, every time I'm at work and I'm in a training class, all the other people, they see me, they be like, okay, she bigger than me. She's here. Okay, everything going to be all right. When I'm walking around the lake, another big person or a black person, they see me, they be like, oh, okay, yes, I'm not by myself. You know what I mean? I'm always that big black girl. It's like somebody else see me there and they feel more comfortable because they're like, okay, well, if her big ass is over here, then maybe they'll pay attention to her and not pay attention to me, right? So the lady comes over to me and she starts talking to me and she was like, well, maybe you shouldn't. She was like, well, maybe you shouldn't do your strides like that. Maybe you should do them like this. So I'm looking around like, I said, you talking to me? And she was like, yeah, I know how it was, when I was big. She was like, I was almost as big as you, not quite as big as you. Hey, Rizal, I'm not. She was like, I was not quite as big as you. Rizal, stay, because I want to talk. I have something to talk about that I want you to, Riel, not Rizal. I want you to chime in
Wow,
on.
you tell them to stay and don't even know their name.
No, I was just talking about her. These are people I was just talking about. So I'm glad she's on here because one of these next posts is a post that I got from her. She's the one who I said sells paparazzi jewelry, and I actually had messaged her back, but I didn't hit send. So I'm sitting up there like, well, dang, she ain't gonna message me back. And then when I noticed, I had messaged her, but I didn't send it to her. But she
I
sells.
do that all
She
the
has
time.
her own business doing paparazzi jewelry, but she makes these really great posts on Facebook. And so one of the posts that she made, I actually is what we're going to talk about next. But no, Chad, I'm saying I understand where you're coming from because that lady really was making me upset because I'm like, listen, ma'am, I understand you lost weight already. I get it. You look great, but you still big and you too big to be
Right.
trying to give me advice. You just got finished eating double cheeseburger.
Right. And if I didn't ask you, bitch,
And
don't
I
come
didn't
from
ask
don't.
you.
I
Not
didn't ask you for none of that. You're stuck like this. Joy, you're stuck. Joy, hold on. I'm trying to get the exact. Hold on. So sorry, guys. Joy's having technical difficulties, but she'll be back momentarily. Meanwhile, you got me. Oh, it's a problem. No, I'm really not that bad. I'm a nice guy. I don't know what happened. Where Joy? Joy, come back. So she'll come back. So I don't know. I don't see any of you guys, and I don't see when you come in. Oh, here we go. I guess I don't really pay attention to when you guys are talking and chatting and stuff like that. I got to do better, but I have really bad ADD, so I get sidetracked real bad. So I really kind of have to try to focus on only doing like two or three things at a time, because if not, then I'll lose focus. Here she goes.
Okay. Hey, I had a
All
little.
right, there you
Okay.
go.
I had technical
You bet.
difficulties. Yeah, man, I'm bad. We
That's
lost
all right,
everybody, man. Where everybody else at?
I don't know. Oh, because they're on your thing, so then you're lost. So then once you're gone, everybody gone.
Okay, I'm
So
back,
do you?
y'all.
So you got to start. You start. Did the live start back or?
Hold on. Okay, can you see me?
I see you.
Okay, I see you. I'm so sorry, y'all. I guess it's raining really bad over here. So listen, y'all, this lady really felt like she was my weight loss coach. But you know the thing that really bothers me is there's been times where I've gone to people who I saw who have lost a tremendous amount of weight, and I've been like, hey, um, what are you doing? I would love to know. Oh, I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, they
cutting
act like
back.
they got the secret and they don't want to share it.
Oh, I'm just cutting back. Bitch, no, excuse me. You ain't just cutting back a damn, use a lie. You know what I mean? But now if it's unsolicited, then it's something, you know what I mean? Okay, so hold on, y'all. Let me see. So Riel
Oh,
says,
thank
oh,
you.
thank you.
Who was that? Oh, Riel. What'd you call her? Lalel?
I said
What'd you call
Rizelle
her at
by
first?
accident. It was an accident. Oh wait, hold on a minute.
Why she got her pinky up like that?
I don't know. But yeah, she does paparazzi. So yeah. Shout out to Riel. Okay, hold on a minute. What my sister-in-law said. I don't understand why some people feel the need to provide you their opinion or feedback unsolicited. Nobody asked you. Is that sister-in-law? Right. She she just worried about her own BMI.
Wow. I'm gonna need her ass to actually come on one. Since she got so much
I
to
wish
say.
she would. Okay.
That's a headache and a half.
I don't know, T. Why do people feel the need to be weight loss coach when Ari? Oh, Ari, Ariel. Oh, I'm talking about Riel. I'm sorry, girl.
Niggas.
I didn't know. Yeah, she was still on. I'm so glad
I
y'all
really
on.
try
I
not to
love my
smile too hard because my cheeks be so big, and I try not to open my eyes
Biggs.
too
Don't
wide
stop
because
that.
my eyes are so big. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Ariel Gunter. So yes,
Oh,
Ariel. So
Ariel.
Rielle,
Ain't she supposed to have an A in there?
Gunter. Check her out
Ariel.
on Facebook. She sells paparazzi jewelry and she goes live. Sometimes I think she does specials and different things like that. And I really, really like her. She's an entrepreneur and so we gotta supportasister.com. We gotta support our sisters. But anyway, so
Oh,
Ariel,
I see.
this
It's pronounced Ariel.
Ariel, yeah. 'Cause I had a Riziel, but Ariel, she makes really good comparison posts, and I actually stole one of her posts because I want us to talk about it. So hopefully T will stay on. Hopefully sister-in-law stay on.
Everybody got
And
time for that. You don't spend the whole time talking about your little agenda.
man, that thing upset me, man. I can't help it, man. That
Listen,
man,
I'm gonna be
it
real with
upset
y'all.
me.
Joy found that shit like 2 weeks ago.
I'm
Like
still
I already tried to
upset
talk. Listen, I've already tried to talk her off the mountain like a whole 2 weeks ago about that shit.
because I'm
Like,
upset.
and she was just determined, like, I'm gonna talk about this. I'm like, okay. I was
I
like,
don't
oh Lord.
care. But you know what? I just went back, so I might follow him again because I just went back. But listen, I just went back and looked, and he deleted the post
That don't. Why are you smiling?
because he
That don't
didn't
mean.
delete
Listen,
it
hold
until
on, hold on, hold
the post
on.
went off.
Listen, no, because see, people. That's how people are. That don't mean that. That's a bunch of racists. That's how racists are. It don't mean just because they took the sheet off don't mean they like niggas. Like, listen,
But maybe because he's not fat, maybe he didn't
no,
realize
listen.
that
Then
it
what he would
was
have done, if he was any class of person, he would have put up and said, "Hey, I put up a post that was very inappropriate, and I apologize to anyone that I might have offended."
okay. That's
To me,
true.
to me. But then again, that's
Okay,
just me. So, take it for how you take it.
that's true. So okay, Ariel is still here. So Ariel, sister-in-law T. Hold on a minute. Your wife.
She always cute.
Okay, so
Why you put my name in lowercase?
I didn't. What are you talking about?
She did.
Oh, you talking
Oh,
about her?
okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get this. We got two more things, and then we through.
Oh, Lord, you get on my nerves so fucking bad. I really can't stand your ass. Stand your ass. You know what? I'm done. You do the show by your damn self. I'm done. No,
No.
I'm sick of you. You're like a dirty politician. It's like you do shit with an agenda. I really can't stand you. I really can't. I really can't. I ain't got shit to say. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do what you want to do. I'm just I'm just gonna drink my drink. I can't stand you.
What I did?
I can't stand you.
Why?
You know why.
I'm just gonna let that sink in.
Move on.
Ariel, are you gonna respond? She did this post a little while ago, and I told her I asked her permission, I think at the time. And I asked her if it was okay if I T said she laughing. Ah, I just wanna know your opinion.
I don't have one. My opinion. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me good? Hmm. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You got your volume turned up
Yeah, come on, no,
all
for
the
real
way.
now. Come on,
My
man.
opinion is I can't stand you.
Why can you
The
not
end.
stand me?
The end. I'm done. Go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, so basically the point that so it says that if your husband went from left to right all within 10 years of marriage, would you still love him the same? Or because it's about the love and it's not about the looks? Did you just hang up? I think he just hung up. I can't believe he did me like that. He Biggs left me, y'all. We're gonna try to see if Biggs will come back. I just want to know you guys' opinion. He says that she would still love him because she's a real woman. Biggs, where you at? So listen, this is how I feel about it. T, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if you busy or not. Hey, bitch, why you left me like that? You gonna leave me like
Stop
all them
texting
other
me.
suckers anime?
What?
You gonna leave me like all them other suckers did anime?
Yes, because you with that bullshit.
Okay, so can we put this in the arms of, and I know you're a married man, and I'm not trying to get you in trouble. Sister-in-law, please don't get mad. But how if it was a woman, if it was your wife, how would you feel about that?
Shit, it is my wife. I mean, that ain't my wife, but I'm saying I've been
I'm
married for
saying if this
almost
was a
10.
circumstance with your, like if you were dealing with the fact
Listen,
that your wife went through something.
listen. You ain't even got to go through anything. This is normal. I don't care who it is that says that they are the same that they were 10 years ago. You do not look the same. I'm sorry. And listen, if y'all don't know me, well, you'll get to know me, like me or love me, or don't. I'm just real. I'm gonna say how I feel. That's just me. If I need to put a disclosure and say I apologize, I don't. But I'm sorry. But listen, your titties don't hang the same way that they used to hang when you was
Be
10 years ago.
respectful.
It's just very respectful. Okay, I'm sorry. Your breast ain't the same shape, the same tautness, the same. They was up here one time 10 years ago. Now they down here. Do I love you any less? No. That just means if I want to lay on your chest, I got to go a little bit lower. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your hair probably, your edges weren't fleek as they were 10 years ago, especially if you wearing wigs and you wearing them. Y'all like what they call them wigs. Uh what they call them that they got the little net in front
The
of it.
lace front.
Yeah, y'all got them lace fronts. Y'all know y'all love to lay them lace fronts down, and if you're combing in or gluing in, and you take it and they pull out them little baby hairs, and you get a little patch somewhere, or you be whatever you doing to your hair, and your hairline get a little jacked up. Hey, I still love you. You just got a little more forehead than you did when I met you. It don't mean nothing.
Okay, can we
You
put
got a
on what
couple
my
extra
sister-in-law
rolls.
said? Can we put
You
on
got
what
a
my
couple extra. Hey, I still gotta love you.
Okay, so
Yeah,
here's
I
the
married
picture
you.
for those of us who have just joined. This is from Ariel Gunter on Facebook. This was her. Something happened. I don't know what's going on.
I'm still here. You're still there. What just happened?
Okay, so this is what the picture that we're talking about.
I feel like you just found a new button and you just love fucking with it because
No, no,
you
no, no,
just
no. It's not that I
you
just
just
know. I didn't find a new button. I know how to do StreamYard. I did my research before I started it, but I didn't want to bring stuff on here. This was a part of the PowerPoint that I was sending you. But I said, instead of
oh
me
Lord.
going through all this stuff with the PowerPoint and all of this, then I'm just going to put it up here. And I
It's
had,
so
like I
extra.
said, I had asked her permission a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if she remembers, but I said, "Hey, is it okay if I use this on my show?" And I think she told me, yeah, that it was okay. To me, she has some of the best comparison posts, and I end up kind of getting into it with the young lady. And I just felt like this was a good conversation. This was something that I felt like we should definitely discuss and have a conversation about.
Why you
So
keep
let
taking
me
it
put
up and
up,
down?
let me put up what my sister-in-law say. Hold on. I'm glad you enjoying Ariel. And
She would enjoy
T.
that
Hey
dumb
T,
asshole.
I see you down there, girl. I'm gonna bring you on in just a minute. T say T is here, so we're gonna bring T on. Okay,
Take
so we
somebody
need.
from.
So let's see what sister-in-law said. We need to stop this looks don't matter nonsense. Humans are visual creatures. Of course, I will love you, but it's your duty to keep yourself up for your mate.
Listen, to me, I feel like that's some bullshit because
Hey T,
Hey, hey. Let me see. I'm trying to get this little thing right.
how you doing, man?
that girl
What's going
T.
on?
Good. Nothing much. Look, y'all. Y'all caught me. I had to run and put a shirt or something on. I said, Lord.
That's okay. Be without a
I'm
suit.
I never
sorry.
cook for the evening. No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm so glad you on. So
Absolutely,
what? Okay, so
absolutely.
T, let me let you just. I just feel like you need to look at this while you answering this question. So here you
Oh
go.
Lord, you just love putting this shit up here. Take that down. We can't even see T no
So,
more. I can't stand you.
well, I'm gonna tell
How you
you
gonna
some
go from
delicious
Morris
on the other
Chestnut?
picture.
First of all, it ain't no 10 years in this world gonna take you from Morris Chestnut to Faison Love. It
It
just ain't.
might.
It just ain't. You had to have a little Faison Love in you them first 10 years before you get to that. You ain't just came, listen, I've been big all my life. Now, granted, I had a little more swag 10 years ago.
Fazio.
Listen,
But what happened if you went from Rick Ross to Faison Love?
Well,
well, look, look, that thug life done went to hug life.
yeah. I think, love to me equals support. So depending on what happened in his life to make him get to that point, it could
Right.
be what do they call, what my friend was just me and my friend were just talking about this. It could be them, binge eating, they could be going through depression, let
What
themselves
about all
go.
the
This could be
stress that women put us through? How about that?
okay.
Oh Lord.
Okay, that's fair. Stress, Um, so it could be a different host of reasons. A medical problem has occurred, and now there's a breakdown in metabolism or whatever. But I think that in loving and supporting, then you help them get through it so that they can be healthy overall. Because just
Right.
because someone's big doesn't mean they're not healthy. And that's something I had taught my son. I said, when you see a heavyset person, doesn't mean that they eat all the time. Doesn't even mean that they're unhealthy. They could have a situation where their metabolism is slow. They could have,
Exactly.
an issue that doesn't break their food down properly. That's like me. I'm diabetic. That don't mean I can't have a muffin if I want to. So it's like you just have to know your body, know how to do things properly, and you got to take care of
Right.
yourself. But it doesn't mean that anything's wrong, that you're unhealthy or or you're the kind of person that eats all the time, or you should be shamed for it. It's just whatever I need to do to
Mhm.
help you overcome it so you can get back down to a comfortable weight. Because I'm sure that the excess weight is probably going to be a little bit
Right.
more to carry around if you're used to being a certain size.
I
Yeah.
agree with you, T, and I'm glad that you brought that up because that was the whole point that I was making. My thing was that what happened that made you gain the weight? Were you
Hmm.
just happy and you gained weight, or were you? And to me, I feel like I feel responsible, for like even with my brother. Like I'm always like, hey, you know, how you doing? You okay? What's going on? Sometimes I annoy him. Sometimes he just has a different personality than me. And,
Hmm.
sometimes he's more inward and I'm more outward. So sometimes it may not be nothing wrong. Maybe he's just concentrating on one thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
maybe I'm overanalyzing it and there's not something wrong that's bothering them. Maybe they just eating a lot because they're happier. And
Well,
50 turned
hold on.
into
Why are you making this me about me? Like,
I'm not talking about you. I said the point that I made that I was talking about. Oh Lord, sister, I'm not putting like you know what's gotten into you.
go ahead and put that shit up there. Oh, take that off. Take that down.
Listen, I ain't mad at her though. I'm not mad at her.
But my
She
my thing is just that what happened to make you gain the weight, and if you to me, my thing is that I would rather someone come to me and be like, babe, you know,
You fat.
I
no, you don't want to say it like that. That might be what they think, but you don't want them to say it that way. Especially women, we're a little sensitive about stuff like that.
Men
mhm.
too. Men
Yeah,
and
no,
that's
I
what
I
men are
understand.
very sensitive.
But I just don't think that big or fat, in my opinion, equals ugly. I think that's a whole nother conversation. But
No.
my whole thing is I want you to be here for a long time. And maybe this will be a different conversation that we have for another day. But for me, I feel like, when like okay, you watch some of my videos, T, so you know that I'm very
Right.
much so with being an advocate for plus size bodies. But at
Right.
the same time, where that doesn't mean that I don't care about my health. That doesn't mean that I don't want to be healthier. And I
Hmm.
think that sometimes with the plus size community, it's either one way or the other. You can never ever talk about weight loss, or you have to absolutely hate your body. There's no balance in between. And so
Hmm.
sometimes that's the struggle, within itself. But for me, I'm not, if I've had a very good man, if I had a good man, he's an amazing man, and he's done everything else that I needed him to do, but he got fat. Women, we cook anyway. We usually control the diet. I'm gonna be
Right.
cooking and trying to get him to exercise. I'm gonna do everything I possibly can that's within my power to help him to lose weight. If he's a great man, and the only thing is that he kind of chubby, we got to fix it. And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
come to him
that
and
ain't
say,
kind
baby,
of chubby.
you getting a little chunky.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, and you got to speak life into him and encourage him because you got to make it his idea. Because if he thinks you're pressuring him or you're trying to make him feel bad, then he's just gonna keep eating. So you
Yeah.
do have to
It's
kind
just
of,
cooking.
for real though, he'll be like, I'm going to give me some Doritos right now. Okay, what's she talking about in there? So you do have to, he has to buy into it. You might say, babe, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna do a tossed salad tonight with such and such, I'm gonna grill such and such a thing. And then you create a lifestyle with him. And when he sees the value of that lifestyle, or when he understands, when he's on the receiving end of the encouragement, like, babe, you're sexy, you look good, but look, come on, let's go with me for a walk or whatever. Let's both work this out. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you try to what you laughing at, you shaking your head for, if you know for real. So if you were in that
Look,
situation and your wife,
look, I was with you until you said go for a walk. You killed him. Like,
well, but I'm saying whatever y'all like to do,
right.
you know, it could be anything, whatever y'all like to do, ride a bike, do something, but
Right.
you have to make it something
It's
that
the
will
bedroom.
interest him, it'll motivate him to want to change his way. So I
You're
think that's
absolutely right. I couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
It takes togetherness, being a team, because listen, all if we are, and I always say this, all serious, all jokes aside, if we are, if any of us is blessed and blessed enough to where we make it to old age, our looks and everything on our body is going to fail us one day, and not
that's
necessarily
right.
just fail you, but look, old
It's
and
gonna
gray is
change.
old and gray. It's gonna change.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's all gonna
Yeah.
change. Ain't none of this, none of these aesthetics gonna last forever or be the same. It's all gonna change.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm finally getting a gray hair. Like,
Hmm.
I
I
got
got a
one gray hair that just to persist. It won't go nowhere. I done cut it,
Mhm.
I done plucked it, I done trimmed it, I done
Mhm.
everything to it, and it's just right there. So I mean,
Mhm.
eventually, I'm gonna go gray if God blesses me to see it, and I'm gonna, might get a little hunchback. I might, be in a chair or something. These things that as we age and our bodies change. But if you really love someone and you really judge someone based on their character, how they treat you, how they take care of you,
hmm
to me, all that's supposed to trump all. But
Mhm.
it doesn't.
right.
I mean, like my significant other said, it's real. People
Yeah.
are very, very much
Visual.
so. People very much are so, you know,
Hmm.
um, into looks, and they do matter, you know. But at a younger age, and I guess because I'm different in the sense that, and the things that I've had to endure in life, I learned at an early age that all of these aesthetics, looks, all these other things really made no difference. It didn't mean
Right.
anything.
Right.
At a certain age, maybe I was in my early 20s, I learned that, and that's because of just being real. And Joy tell you, I'd have been with some women that were absolute like model women, and I've been with some women that were just homely. They might have been just, not ugly or anything like that, but I mean,
Y'all,
just
let me just give y'all a public service announcement, and in all due respect to my sister-in-law, because my sister-in-law is very beautiful. She's very shapely. Um, she's light skinned, but that ain't her fault. Um,
wow.
but that's the only thing. She light skinned, but that ain't her fault. But my brother and I have a long standing joke and an argument that probably goes back 12 years to because he does not claim the people that he has dated. He always talking about he didn't date somebody.
Wait a minute.
And
Anyway,
then
that's not
but
that's
in their
not
minds
the
he have
point.
dated them. But in his mind, see you later, Ariel. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye,
So
Aria.
Ariel's leaving. But he consistently lies about his past dating history and talk about how he didn't date people when he did date them people. But anyway, I
That
But
just
had
one
thought
thing
nothing
I
to
I
would
do
did
with
share
want
it.
nothing that,
Well,
huh?
one thing
Huh?
I wanted to say to your sister-in-law's comment is it's not your responsibility to keep yourself up for your mate. You do it for yourself
Right.
because self-love is more important than anything else. Now, I will say this that, the way you get a person, you need to maintain that. So you
Hmm.
don't,
Talk about it.
you don't let
Talk about
yourself
it,
go.
T. Talk about
You
it,
don't let
T.
yourself go. You maintain that, but it still has to be about self-love, self-care, and
Talk
for
about
you,
it, T.
mind, body, soul, holistically. You
Started
got to,
wearing
be one with yourself.
G-strings and things, and now you wearing granny things and rings.
So. Because and okay, see, like okay, I'm gonna speak from a smaller person's point of view. I'm not a big person, but I grew up in a family where, there was some people that my mom's side was a little bit heavier. But at the same time, even me sometimes when I go to paint my toenails, I can feel my little stomach. I'm not big, but my husband on the other hand, he has a tough time. He's not big either, but for his height, he packed on a few pounds.
Yeah, every now and
But
then. Listen, I'm 40 some years old
mhm.
now, and back when I was like maybe in my 30s, I get down there, and it ain't
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
And I'm a big
yeah,
dude. I've always been big, but now
right.
you might hear,
Mhm.
or you
You
might hear
start pushing a certain age bracket, them joints don't always, cooperate.
ain't all the ways
And
the same.
so even being a smaller person, it doesn't mean that we won't have situations either. Your body as a woman, stuff sags, it droops and goes the other way. You had a couple
Hmm.
kids, and even if you didn't have kids, things don't, them implants ain't gonna last always.
Mm,
The stuff that you get done cosmetically to enhance, that stuff don't stay in place.
mm.
So even
So
smaller
don't.
people, we have our issues too. So, people be trying to act like, oh, well, I'm good because I'm small. No, you could be small and have high cholesterol. You can have a whole bunch of health issues and be small.
You sure can.
So
Hi,
you
hold
can't.
on.
I
How do
agree,
you
but
pronounce
and that's I agree with that,
hold
and
on?
I
I
agree
don't know
with
how
what
to
my
pronounce
sister in
your
law
name.
said.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
I was like, oh no, I was saying hi, hold on, but I don't know how to pronounce their name.
Okay, but yeah, I just was saying that I agree with my sister in law because I do think that attraction is important. I think that love and attraction, but you can be attracted to someone for several different reasons. I mean, there's been people that were society standards level of attraction that I
Mhm.
that made me nauseous to be around them
Yeah,
because their personality was just that bad. And there's
yeah,
people that I may not necessarily have been physically attracted to in the beginning, but they had
mhm,
attractive attributes.
yeah,
And with given time, it grew, you know what I mean? The love grew
yeah,
on that person. So I think that that's a very subjective thing. Physical attraction is very subjective, and it just
yeah.
depends, it's based just strictly on. But T, I'm glad you came in, and man, I've been trying to get Biggs back on here to do a Taco Tuesday for 3 weeks. So one
We
week
ain't
I
got
didn't
nothing else
feel
to
good.
do,
One
huh?
week, listen, one week I didn't feel good. One week he didn't feel good. So he busy. He got a lot going on. So we just kind of have to play it by ear. So hopefully it won't be another 2 months, and we'll be able to come back and do it back to back again. So
Right.
that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But we got one more thing before we
Oh,
go. You might as well stay on, please, so you can Okay, Sister Law. I hope so. I hope you'll come in, get cute, and come on in, man, and let's have a
lies,
conversation.
all lies.
She ain't gonna
Don't
tell
do
me
it
no
like
lie.
that. She'll probably come in.
She'll come in.
T, you on my
But
phone? Don't switch out now. Don't switch out
okay,
just
so
because
we
there was
got.
female coming. T, don't do that. Don't do me like that.
Oh Lord.
Don't do me like that.
We all stick together. Okay, we got one last thing, and then we gonna go because I'm tired. And here we go. One last thing.
Oh boy. Now wait a minute. Now you're gonna talk about something fat and then put some really fat stuff, some really fat shit on. You put some really
Zebra
fat
cakes,
shit on
oatmeal pies, banana twins, star crunch,
right.
all
Now you
stuff I
talking
grew
about
up
somebody
eating
getting
that I
fat.
don't eat
See,
no
you're an
more.
enabler. You are an enabler. You are an enabler. Like that screaming in the background is not me, by the way.
I know you can't
Really.
eat it. I didn't know you was a diabetic, T. But just if you weren't, do you
Didn't
No,
she
have
just
no,
say
I
she
do.
eat
which
a
I
one?
muffin? She
do.
want a muffin?
Now, I do eat sweet stuff now.
She
I'm
can eat
not,
what she want to eat.
it's just
She's
a matter of portion control and knowing how
moderation.
diabetes works with the body and knowing how, yeah, moderation. So yeah, I still eat my snacks and stuff. I just don't do it all the time.
Okay,
And that's how we
okay.
should be anyway.
If you had to pick, sister, come on, sister-in-law, what she said? Let me see. Not the
You
banana.
don't have
Yes,
on there what
banana twins.
you don't like what she you don't have on there what she likes.
Oh, I don't.
That's a cookie monster. Her ass eat cookies all day.
I like cookies too.
Chocolate chip ones. I love chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, so which one? Okay, if you can only have one you get to keep. All the rest of them got to go. Which one you get to keep?
It
Out
would
of
be the
what,
Star
these
Crunch
four?
for me. The Star Crunch reminds me of like a candy. So I used to like Star Crunch.
So Star
Oh,
Crunch ain't going nowhere.
you
No,
already
that's
know
like
what I want.
oatmeal candy.
Nope.
No,
See, you don't
banana
even know
twins.
me. You don't even know me.
Banana
What
twins.
okay. Banana twins all day.
Them banana twins, you can forget it.
Look,
I
man.
don't want banana twins.
Oh no, you like them zebra cakes.
Nope. She still don't know. That's a shame.
It's banana twins. For me, if I had to choose one, oh man, it would be zebra cakes or oatmeal cream pies. Now, Star Crunch back in the day, they used to be so much bigger than they are
Oh
now.
my god.
Yeah.
Mom used to
They
put
used
those
to
in
be,
our lunch boxes. Oh,
yes,
Made you think you had
Mama.
some Rice Krispie treats covered in chocolate. I love them
yes.
things. It tastes like candy.
Listen, man. For me, I love the zebra cakes, and I like the zebra cakes doing like I don't know why, and maybe
Christmas
this is just
time
my
at
fat
Christmas,
subliminal. This is my fat subliminal
everything is
messaging.
bigger.
But to me, during Christmas, Valentine's Day, when they have them like shaped like hearts or like
Yeah.
Christmas trees,
Yeah.
So fat.
and like when they had a listen, now next time I'm gonna do candy. And we talked about this. Reese's Pieces taste different when it's shaped
Oh,
like a
like
heart than it do when it's
pecans,
not.
bro. Ugh.
Really?
That what?
When it's an egg or a heart or a tree, it tastes different, man.
Oh,
I'm
the
telling you.
Reese's? Yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't really like candy.
Yes,
You know,
only the shapes taste good.
I really don't even care. Actually, I guess I eat more sweets now because I'm married to someone who loves sweets. But I
Mhm.
never really liked,
You
like, I
never
was
been a
always
sweet
person.
eater.
I never really liked sweets. I'm like, even for every time that even when we would go out to dinner and go out to eat, I would never get dessert because I just didn't like
No.
dessert. I like food. I eat food.
Yeah.
But
No, you grew up in that strict West Indian home. You not have no sweets, man.
no,
You're
yeah,
not
man. Listen,
And listen, the
for
thing
real,
about it is that my
for real.
mom was so strict on us with diets for so long. And I'm like, damn, mom, we still fat. But our diet,
Yeah.
I
Listen,
feel so
we
guilty
ate. Look,
about that.
we didn't get the good cereal. All we got was Rice Krispies or raisin
Okay.
bran. We
Well,
didn't get the we couldn't get
did
the
you have to eat
cookies.
grape nut ice
Or
cream?
what was
Y'all
that
couldn't get
Yes,
one?
none?
Do you remember?
grape nut brains. Yes,
Right.
and that
Yes.
brown box with
Do
the
you
stripe.
remember the one
Yes,
where it was like that big piece? What was the one where it was that big piece of cereal and you had to break it up? It was like one
shredded wheat,
piece. It
shredded
didn't have
wheat,
no
and it came
icing on it or nothing.
Oh yeah,
yes.
the shredded wheat. It's a big
And
block.
the
Yeah.
one,
Before they
Y'all
came
ate
with
that
frosting.
before.
Now, as you got older, when we got older, they started
Put a
putting
little-
frosting. But
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
day, just big blocks of
A wheat
hay.
cereal.
It was
Yes.
just big blocks of hay for people,
You had to
and you
break
had
it.
to break
I
it
remember
up
those.
and put it in
Yes.
the milk,
Eat those. I used to eat
and you had
those.
to eat it real fast because it got soggy real quick.
Argue real quick.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I remember
The
So that's
those.
what
only
we're
time
gonna do
that we
next
could
time.
eat
We're gonna do
cereal,
candy and
the only
cereal.
time we got good cereal is like when we would have to go to like our
Grandma
cousin's
house.
or grandma house.
Grandma.
'Cause grandma would have, well,
Grandma loves cereal
she loved
Mhm.
Rice Krispies, and she would have the
with
Rice
sherbet.
Krispies
With
with
sherbet.
ice milk,
With ice cream, no milk. She did
because she
not drink milk.
couldn't drink milk. But for
Nope.
us, she would buy like Sugar Smacks and what else would grandma buy? She
Captain
would buy
Crunch. Cinnamon
Captain
Toast
Crunch,
Crunch.
but it was the cereal in the big bags, not in the
Yeah,
box.
right. Yeah, you the generic ones. Yeah, the real
Yes,
big.
it wasn't Captain Crunch. It was like Lieutenant
Captain, look, Captain Sweets or
Captain
something
Crunch. It was
crazy.
Lieutenant
Yeah,
Crispy,
yeah.
and instead of Sugar Smacks, it was sweet lappies or something. It was
Yeah,
so
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Do you know they still sell them bags like
Instead
that in
of
the grocery store?
really.
instead of
Uh-huh.
Oh
Lucky
my God, man!
Charms, it was instead of Lucky
That
Charms, it was Good Luck Thumbs. You
Yeah.
know,
yes, none but sugar,
like that.
nothing but sugar. But
Just that's it.
as I
But you
got,
know
but
what, y'all, we have come to the end of our broadcast. Chad, you had something you want to say? I'm sorry.
no, man, I just go on and on because I started thinking about nostalgia, things of my youth.
But I appreciate you chiming in, Miss T. You know I love you. I'm glad that I'm hoping that you will. You know I'm always ask you to come on. I know you said you don't have time for me today, but
No,
I
I made a
appreciate
little
you coming
time.
in.
I was trying to multitask and eat at the same time. So I stayed on
Oh,
Facebook. I was on, yeah.
Thank you, T.
well, I appreciate you, man. I love you, T, and
Love
hopefully
you.
we see
Thank
you
you for
next time. And
having
next time
me.
I'm gonna message you. Always,
Yeah.
you are a permanent co-host. You're a permanent co-host on the Civil Rivalry Show. And you let me know, message me on Facebook if you have any good topics or any other things that you want us to talk about.
Okay.
But I'm definitely probably
Yeah,
gonna bring you
we
back
can make
next week.
a
Last time I
PowerPoint.
said last week,
Miss
and
T.
next week was a month later.
Right. That's good. Just hit me up. Let me
But
know.
I don't know
Heads
what.
up for you guys, and all
Okay,
those
I will.
things.
All right, T. Okay, so our girl T, man. T always come through. I love when she
She's
come
faithful,
through,
man. I
man.
like T. T cool.
Yeah, man. Next time, hopefully, sister-in-law will be ready. Chad, you gotta let her know on time so she can have time. You know, I started doing my face at 3 o'clock and still wasn't ready.
Listen,
That's why I ain't got no wig on. I barely had got enough time to get my face together.
I don't know what y'all be doing.
But well, you got any closing remarks, dog?
No, I just you set me up today, but that's okay.
It was authentic, man. Yeah, man. Sister-in-law gotta come on, man. She'll have an interesting perspective.
Thanks, T.
We love you,
We see
T,
you next
man.
time.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Listen, man, I didn't mean to set you up, dog. I didn't
you
mean to
always
set
set
you
me
up.
up. So it's all right. You always set me
But
up,
listen,
but
you guys.
I stay ready. I don't get ready. I stay ready, so I'm good with it.
So listen, we're hoping to have our taco talks or taco Tuesday talks every Tuesday, or sometimes they'll happen whenever we can
Yeah, it's not gonna be I'm not gonna lie and
really
say that it's
great
gonna be every
show.
Tuesday. But at least our goal is to do at least once a week to get together and have a little taste and talk where we just munch on something and just talk or just mainly talk, but and
And spend some time together. Did you eat your
spend
food
some
at
time
all?
together, man. Huh?
Did you even eat your
Did I
food?
what?
Eat
Yeah,
your
I
food.
ate most of it. I ate most of it. Yeah, actually surprised I ate more this time than I usually would because I get to like forget. I'm like, damn, I just eat this because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do during a mukbang, but I really just be done anyway. But
Well, I just want
yeah,
to
and
say that
it
today
don't
was a
have to
really
be it's gonna have to be something other than tacos because it's Taco Tuesdays. But listen, I need like a
It's
salad
okay. You don't
Sunday.
have to have. Anyway, I really
Taco
love you guys. I really
fruit
appreciate
Friday.
you guys coming on. I'm looking forward to us. Listen, message me, Miss, so MISSPLUS or more. You can also hit up Biggs at the Jamaican Prince on Instagram. Make sure you are following the official Civil Rivalry Show as well as Joy Amore, which is my YouTube channel. We're doing everything everywhere. If there's any if you guys want to write in and do like a Dear Joy or do some kind of a
Oh Lord,
letter or listen, I would love it. We will give you advice. Okay. We will give you our unadulterated advice. Okay. So
I would love
send
to give
us
you
your
advice.
business, but
Oh,
keep it
please send me some
anonymous.
stuff. I love to give you some advice. Now it might not be the right thing to do, but it definitely will be something that you can do. And if you're
Send me
just willing
all
to
of
do
your
it,
stuff because I really want to help.
it definitely,
We're here to help. And I know don't listen to what Big say. He gives great
don't
advice.
listen to me.
I call him all the time. He gives the
I give the
best
best advice.
advice. He will when he's serious. Now when he don't give a damn, please God help you.
I don't
But
usually
when
give a
he's
damn.
serious, he gives really great advice. So if you have anything or any topics that you want to talk about, definitely hit us up. Listen, today has been a really, really great show. I love you guys. I hope that we will talk soon, hopefully by next Tuesday. If you are on Joy or More on YouTube, we have a try on haul with shorts tomorrow. We're going to premiere that live at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. So I want to see you guys there. But if there's nothing else, I love you guys. We got one more comment. Let me see. Not no sushi Sunday. The only kind of sushi I like is tempura, and that's
She's
because
the
it's
only. She's
fried.
been wanting to do some sushi.
Okay, you're gonna
Just I
sit up your
told you.
stomach, you're gonna get worms. My mama say sushi give you worms.
Stop that. Mama ain't never said that. Stop
Yes,
it.
you did.
Mama ain't said that. I'm lying
She
on
said
mama.
that.
Mom,
I love
sorry.
you guys.
She
Listen,
don't
we
say that.
gone. We out. We see
All right.
y'all
I
next
like
time.
some of you.
He love y'all too. Bye.